So now we're going to take a look at a second use case around how Roku handles account-specific questions. Like in that first example, the agent's going to leverage different process guides and tools depending on what the customer asked during the course of this conversation. So we can go ahead and play the video here. So I'll start a conversation, and the agent's going to prompt me to sign in here as the first action. And then it will pull in account-specific information directly related to my question here, and then can answer all sorts of follow-up information, follow-up questions with that information as well. And then can combine that with general knowledge to give me specific instructions to help with my issue. So we'll go ahead and thank the agent and wrap up this conversation. And now we're going to run through this flow one more time with a different reaction to that initial request to log in that we saw. So instead of authorizing that and signing in, we're going to go ahead and say no thanks here. And instead of just asking me to log in again or automatically escalating me, it'll answer with the information it has on hand. So let's go ahead and actually break down how an experience like this is set up. So here we have the start of that conversation. We're using that same multi-prompt orchestration approach we used to select the guide in the last example, but in this case, my initial request isn't vague, and the agent's going to be able to identify the correct guide to use right off the bat, which is going to be around account troubleshooting. Now, we mentioned how the agent has different tools it can use depending on context. You can see it prompting me to log in here. There's no need to make the customer sign in that previous flow where we're just providing generalized product troubleshooting. But in this case, the agent's able to recognize, hey, I'm going to be most helpful if I have some account-specific information, so it prompts me to sign in. And then once I've logged in, the agent's able to sort through the information it has available to it related to my account and use the most relevant pieces to answer my question. In this case, pulling up an active subscription and asking if that's the charge that I don't recognize. Now that I've logged in, I can ask follow-up questions around maybe how long I've had this account active for, and the agent is able to answer that without needing a hard-coded script. As we'll talk about more in a bit, even though the agent can be dynamic in a way previous generation AI can't be, every message is still being sent through a series of fully customizable and traceable guardrails to prevent inaccurate, off-topic, or off-brand responses. This is a critical step in being able to deploy agentic AI at the scale Roku has. You need flexible process guides that can adapt to each task while still having complete visibility and control of the guardrails to ensure your agent is providing helpful and accurate answers at every step. The agent's then able to combine that account-specific information with general knowledge, and here you can see it's able to provide step-by-step instructions on how I can go ahead and protect my account from future purchases by creating a PIN. And then lastly, you saw at the end of the video, we attached another vignette where the customer chose not to log in when presented with that option. When we talk about agentic, it means adapting to the customer. So when I reject that initial attempt to sign in, which the agent knows is going to be the most helpful thing it can do in this context, the AI agent's still able to answer from general knowledge. I can continue to have a back and forth here, and it's going to help me instead of either just kind of trapping me in a sign-in loop that I'm sure we've all experienced, or immediately escalating me to an agent. It's going to adapt and try to help me self-solve even if I don't want to sign in.